Something's been bothering me. That odd little girl, Strixa. Where'd she run off to?
I have a feeling we'll see her again.
A feeling, huh?
Ahead lies the Temple of Athena, sanctuary of the Golden Fleece. Praise and glory to Athena the bright-eyed, Athena the virgin, Athena of the city.
Sanctuary of the Golden Fleece. Who's in charge of keeping these things current?
These panels tell the story of the origins of the Golden Fleece. When this temple was first built, Athena herself inspired the artists. Would you like me to narrate?
Tell us the tale, Pan.
As you wish. When Zeus claimed dominion over land and sky, not all of the vanquished Titans were sent to Tartarus. Those who did not oppose Olympus were spared, including the brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus. These artful brothers were charged by Zeus to create both man and beasts to populate the new Olympian world.
What of this next panel?
Epimetheus worked first and created the beasts. He gave to each their qualities. The birds were given flight, the bear was made strong, the horse swift, the peacock beautiful.
And then?
Prometheus then set about creating man, only to discover all the good qualities had been given to the beasts. Man would be a flawed creation.
Flawed.
But to make up for this, Prometheus gave him two great gifts: an upright form in the image of the gods, and knowledge of fire, stolen from Olympus. With these gifts, Prometheus knew man would gain superiority over the beasts and the birds and the fish.
What happened next?
Epimetheus was jealous of his brother's craft, not wishing to be judged the lesser by Zeus. And so he made one more beast, taking back all the qualities from the others and giving them to this new creation. When he was done, there stood a magnificent golden ram. Epimetheus boasted that man was inferior to his creation in every way.
Continue, Pan.
Crafty Prometheus suggested they bring their two creations together to better judge their qualities. Prometheus knew that despite two great gifts, man also had vices, among them jealousy and a hunger for power.
And a hunger for mutton.
Go on.
When the two were placed together, the man quickly saw that the ram was beautiful, potent, and completely trusting. Seeing this, the man fashioned a spear, slew the ram, and took its hide, which he then wore as a proud raiment.
The ram's hide is the Golden Fleece.
As old as mankind, a symbol of both his vice and his virtue.
So the first weapon was a spear. Good choice.
What happened next?
The Titan brothers were sent to Tartarus, Prometheus for stealing fire, and Epimetheus for creating the ram. The gods of Olympus then argued about what to do with the fleece. Zeus wanted to destroy it, but Hermes believed it should remain in the world to ensure everything done could be undone. Ultimately, a compromise was reached. The fleece would remain in the mortal world, provided it was kept under the care of wise Athena.
That turned out well, didn't it? Should have given it to Ares.
Continue, Pan.
And so the fleece was kept here at Athena's temple on Kythra, guarded by her priests. Athena gave a drop of her divine blood to her first high priest as a boon to assist in this sacred duty. And so the bloodline of Athena was established.
There's a lesson for us all in that tale. Well done, Pan.
The pleasure is mine.
I believe you.
Come, let's go.
Three more are waiting for you here, but these three do not know they wait.
There is one thing I don't understand, Strixa. Or should I say, Athena. Why make the people of Kythra wait all these years before setting them free?
And what should they have been set free to? A ravaged island? A shuttered temple? Their leaders dead? I have preserved my people, protected them until the arrival of someone who could truly save them. I believe you might be that person. Your resolve on your quest has shown me as much. Will you prove me right?
If this is your will, then I will try. What must be done?
3 more cases you must weigh. 3 more judgments you must cast. The 3 who remain bear the burden of this island's fate. Phaedon, Perseus, and Medusa.
Where is Phaedon?
Phaedon is in the Hall of Philosophers, to the west. You must uncover the truth. Find out what part he played in Kythra's tragedy.
Where do I find Perseus?
In the Hall of Guardians, to the east. Perseus carries my blood, and so has not been preserved like the others, but he is in his own form of stasis. You must learn if he has the strength to bring an end to this.
The High Priestess. She is here?
She must be judged last, after the other two. Only then will you be ready to confront the one in whom I place the greatest trust.
We will find these three.
Remember, those outside could not be held responsible for the crimes that have occurred. They were worthy of being saved. Those inside the temple, however, must be judged by you. And be sure they will resist such judgment.
Now how did you know that little girl was Athena?
There's something strange about a little girl living alone in the swamp, is there not? Particularly one with gray eyes.
This is why we don't follow Athena on Mycenae. Disguises, tests, trials. Give me plain-spoken Ares any day. Now, who gets gutted first? Phaedon to the west, or Perseus to the east?
We must deal with both before we're done. Come. The Hall of Philosophers. Let all who speak within do so in the pursuit of wisdom and justice. Let speech come from the heart, and debate come from the head.
Which head?
Another useful piece of advice. Let the learned speak. Let the wise listen.
I hear people ahead.
It sounds like a debate.
My fellow philosophers, the Golden Fleece was an abomination. It had no place in this world. Its theft, criminal though it may be, will serve the greater good in the end. This I promise you, or my name is not Phaedon!
You speak falsely. No crime can serve the public good.
Can it not? And shall we take a nameless stranger's word on that?
My name is Jason, and I say your speech is false.
Then we must debate, sir. That is, if you have the credentials to speak before such an august company.
Hear, hear!
Our custom demands that all who speak in this assembly first demonstrate a modicum of knowledge of the subject at hand.
Let there be questions, and let him offer answers!
Certainly you would have no objection to establishing your familiarity with the history of the fleas. For example, a most rudimentary question. Who created the Golden Fleece?
The Titan Epimetheus fashioned the golden ram whose hide became the fleece.
He speaks true!
Ah, you are not wholly ignorant, it would seem. But let us press further. Here's a question any acolyte would be expected to answer. What two gifts did Prometheus grant unto man?
An upright form in the image of the gods.
And the other?
The second gift was sacred fire, stolen from Olympus.
He has it right!
Well answered, Jason. Perhaps a lucky guess? One more question to determine your worth. Tell us, who killed the golden ram?
It was man who slew the golden ram.
Indeed it was!
You tell him, Jason!
a seed of truth. But does it lie on fertile ground, or cling in vain to rocky perches? It appears the stage is set for a vigorous debate. Shall we begin?
Phaedon, set the bounds of this discussion.
The thesis! The Golden Fleece is an abomination and has no place in the mortal world. The proponent, Phaedon, a humble servant of this temple and its high priestess. The opposition, Jason, an itinerant traveler from parts unknown.
Argument the first.
The fleece is an abomination. Was not he who created it, the Titan Epimetheus, cast down into Tartarus by Zeus for doing so? Clearly, the Lord of Olympus judged the act of creation to be evil and worthy of damnation. Can we not then infer that the product of that act is also evil and worthy of damnation?
A persuasive argument.
And yet a flawed one. Epimetheus' proud defiance of the command of Zeus was the cause of his undoing. How he defied that command is immaterial. His failing was due to a lack of wisdom. He was not wise enough to realize his motives were misguided.
First you speak of proud defiance, and then you speak of wisdom. The argument is muddled. This point belongs to Phaedon.
I, good sirs, endeavor to provide thesis. But if my opponent cannot supply antithesis, then we will not gain by synthesis.
Argument the second.
The fleece circumvents the will of the gods and the natural order. The immortal gods look down from mighty Olympus and wish such and such to be. And then Cleophas, the half-wit goatherd, uses the fleece and makes such and such not so.
I say we just kill him.
No mortal should have the power to countermand the divine scheme of life, death, and afterlife. I, for one, believe the will of the gods should be inviolate to the whims and caprices of imperfect minds.
A devout argument indeed.
Devout? I say a cold and cynical one. What of men who honor the gods? What of men inspired by the gods? Does my opponent deny that through man the gods can enact their wisdom? Your low opinion of our kind is unfortunate. But even more troubling is your low opinion of the gods. Surely those whose minds are perfect can foresee all outcomes, fleece or not, and act accordingly.
Indeed, a stirring rebuttal. You have my support, sir.
An untenable retort! The standards of philosophy here are lacking. We continue.
Argument the third.
Verily, the Golden Fleece brings out the worst in men. Wars have been waged for its possession. Brother has killed brother to claim its power. Its very presence on Kithra endangers the people of this island. Woe unto he who sleeps upon a bed of gold, for light is his slumber and his trepidation constant. Greece is undoubtedly a more peaceful place without the fleece in it.
Insightful words, truly.
The man has delusions of adequacy.
Do not fool yourself in thinking that a decrease of temptation ensures an increase of peace. Men will fight. They always do. If not for the fleece, then for power. If not for power, then for land. If not for land, then for gold. It's a flawed world, and we are its flawed inhabitants. It takes conviction to do what's right in such a world. It takes courage. That's how we prove the good in us. Take away the fleece and we are not suddenly made more virtuous. That's an argument made of vapor.
Your words soar upon the lofty wings of wisdom. I cast my lot with you, sir.
Vapor! Huh. Let us move to the closing arguments. Good sirs, I appeal to the most discriminating sagacity of this assemblage. The fleece is an abomination, a singularity, and singularities are dangerous things. It has the power to conquer nations, the power to raise the living from the dead, and yet it has no conscience. It gives its power indiscriminately to any who can claim it, whether by brutish strength or cunning guile. Why do we risk such calamity? And for what? All that good men should reasonably do, they can accomplish without the fleece. We are better off without it, say I.
I am a king, not a scholar. So what wisdom I have is born from governing men, not studying parchment. I am not one for categorical proclamations of surety, particularly when it comes to subjects outside the ken of my experience. What I do know is this: fleece is neither good nor evil. It does not decide its purpose any more than does my sword. The only thing certain in this life is that nothing is certain. That is the vital condition of our existence, and the fleece is the embodiment of that uncertainty. Yes, it is a singularity, but that is nature. As such, how can the fleece be out of place in the mortal world? It was born of this world. We are taught that the Titan Epimetheus made the Golden Fleece. But why did he make it? To rival the glory of man. Is the fleece a risk in evil hands? Yes, but in good hands, it keeps us humble. For there is nothing we can do that it cannot undo. Used with prudence, the fleece encourages discipline and imparts wisdom, ensures justice, inspires courage. I hope all here would agree that these virtues most certainly have a place in this world.
Brilliant! We hear Athena's wisdom.
Hear, hear!
Well spoken, Jason. Truly, you are a man of many talents.
Someone fetch a laurel crown!
You can't all be persuaded by this chicanery!
Wonderfully said, sir!
Bah! It was too much to think this self-important rabble could comprehend simple truths. You, sir, are the most dangerous kind of agitator. And there's only one way to reason with an agitator.
There is no debate or argument with evil such as this.
Silence, filthy thing! I am the voice of this temple.
Well, well, would you look at that?
You stole the Golden Fleece!
What?
Not that it matters now. My work here is done. That slut Medusa was easy work. And her brother proved a coward. No! The fleece left Kithra in the Raven's clutch. The Blacktongues have it now!
You fiend!
Where is it? Where is the fleece? You will tell me!
It is where you cannot find it. Where you cannot even search. This sword, it once belonged to a priest of Hades. We had a debate, he and I. We argued over who was the rightful ruler of Tartarus. He claimed Hades, while I know it to be Hecate. Despite my flawless reasoning, he simply refused to acknowledge the truth. It is a fine blade, is it not? When words fail.
You saved us back there. Praise Athena. Your wisdom pierced through Phaeton's lies. How could we have been seduced by Phaeton's sophistry?
I can't believe we let a black tongue take control of Athena's temple. We must atone.
Your arguments about the importance of the fleece were persuasive. I have committed them to memory and will see that all our members study them. We owe you our lives. If not for you, we too would have suffered the terrible fate of Phaeton's supporters. Thank you, Jason. I'm ashamed to say I once sat in that hall and shouted praise to Phaedon.
It seems Phaedon fooled many people on this island.
Indeed. He had a way of being persuasive, but he had no answer to your argument. It was an honor to hear you speak. Where did you learn to orate in such a manner?
I have heard many petitions in my own court. I learned quickly the importance of fact and reason.
Truly, Athena chose her agent well. Thank you again, Jason.
The Hall of Guardians. Here train the soldiers of the Temple Guard. Here they take their vows of discipline, courage, and humility. One spear can change the course of destiny. Motto of the Temple Guard of Kithra.
One spear is right, and I think I know which one it is. The East Path, to Perseus.
Athena, I have failed you. I am unworthy of your grace. But let me prove my devotion. If it takes 100 lifetimes, I will prove myself to you. Come no further. I am Perseus, guardian of this temple, and I will know your purpose.
I am Jason, King of IoIcus. My purpose is you or your sister. I need your help to reclaim the Golden Fleece. Perseus, the people of Kithra live again. We've saved those we could.
The people have endured their judgment. I endure mine. Only I can atone for my own failure. You are not here to save me.
What judgment do you endure?
Athena has turned away from me. I can only hope to prove my devotion, so that she one day favors me again. I should have never left the temple after Phaedon and his corruption took hold. I should have stopped him. To stand against him, I would have had to oppose my sister, but I couldn't do it. So I left. I abandoned my duty, and now I'm doomed to never leave again.
Where is your sister, Perseus?
She endures her own trial. She failed Athena as well, by succumbing to vanity and allowing Phaedon to corrupt her. But she is less at fault than me. I knew what was happening, and failed to prevent it.
I need your help, Perseus. Can you leave the temple?
Here is where I failed my goddess. Here is where I must atone.
Together we can find the Golden Fleece, and restore it to this temple. Would that not please Athena?
No, I cannot leave. I will not leave my sister behind.
If you will not leave, then I must find Medusa.
Do not go near my sister.
I have no quarrel with you, Perseus.
You are mistaken. If you try to see my sister, then we most certainly have a quarrel.
Your sister can't hide forever. She is accountable, just like Phaedon, just like you.
That is not for you to decide.
Perhaps Athena fulfills her will through me. Have you thought of that?
Now you spew forth blasphemy! Do not claim Athena's favor here. Phaedon once spoke as you did. He too was only here to help. Perhaps you are here to test me, to see if I'll let another outsider prey upon my sister. Not this time.
Enough of this.
The spear! You have Athena's grace. Oh, Athena, what have I done?
You've spent too long thinking about what you have done. The question is, what will you do now? Where is your sister, Perseus?
She lies behind the waterfall. She is changed. I tried to protect her. Perhaps the time for protection is over. The spear of virtue. Only the one who holds this spear is allowed passage through the waterfall. Take it. I believe you serve Athena's will. I submit to your wisdom. My sister lies through the waterfall. Let the judgment be complete.
Thank you, Perseus.
Take care, Jason. My sister is different now. She will not listen to reason.
Only one remains. Of all my people, Medusa is most responsible for the events that occurred. She has had time and opportunity to reflect upon what she's done. But you must decide her final fate. Does she deserve death for the evils she committed?
Phaedon, I must tend to the people. They are my responsibility.
The people are children, low things dragged upright from the mud. They are not blessed with your gifts of wisdom and beauty, gifts that shine in you above all others. Only you are the divine conduit of Athena. Through you, her will is manifest. You must decide for the people.
All others? Really? And what is it I have decided?
Leave that to me. I know your mind, and everything will be done as you would have it done. But let me spare you the tedium and the drudgery of it all.
Very well, Phaedon. But what shall I do?
I know. A sculpture. You shall sit for a sculpture so that your beauty may be recorded for all time.
A sculpture? What a wonderful idea!
Is she a victim of another's evil, and one who may yet do good in this world?
Sister, no! The guard has served since the beginning of the temple.
We don't need them. You can stay, of course, brother. Phaedon and I will need a personal guard.
What of the people? Who will see to their safety?
The people are children. Give them rules and make an example now and then, and they will fall in line. Discipline is a virtue, is it not? So we will give them discipline.
That man has corrupted your mind.
Take care how you speak to your high priestess, brother. Through me, Athena's will is done.
Either Medusa or her vanity must be destroyed forever. I will use the virtues, Jason. They will keep your judgment righteous. Ionia to Thebes. No! You can look but you can't touch. You maggots. You do not deserve to behold my divine radiance.
High Priestess Medusa! It's time to answer for what you've done to Kithra.
Athena sent you here. Old bitch! Jealous of my youthful bloom.
This isn't about your beauty. People are dead because of you. The fleece is lost.
I'll show you how a goddess deals with impudent mortals.
Remember, use the virtue. Jason, the seals in this sanctuary were once part of the force. We can use their power. Give me time. I can restore.
Don't worry, no chance. We'll protect you.
Save you now.
ruined it! My lovely, lovely!
Medusa!
How will they know my beauty?
Sister, without virtue, you are not beautiful.
True evil on Kithra was Phaedon. Killing Medusa will add no satisfaction. Let her live. But where once she ruled, let her now serve, helping the people of Kithra restore this land.
And by that, justice too has been served.
Thank you, Jason.
Medusa, as Jason has decreed, your penance will be to serve the people of Kithra in all that you do. Your first task will be to journey with Jason, help him find the fleece, and prove your new resolve.
I understand. I will do as you say, Goddess. Perseus, brother, I am sorry.
Jason, you have brought justice to my sacred isle. Perseus will begin the work of rebuilding this land. He will no longer have need of my spear. You have proven yourself a man of virtue. To you, I bestow the spear of virtue.
I won't need this either, Jason. The armor of the Temple Guard commander. Perhaps it will be of use to you.
I am honored by these gifts.
The journey ahead remains long and fraught with danger. Only by the virtues will you find what has been lost.
Welcome aboard, Medusa.
And so Athena's will is done.
Yes, good time. Stars are clear tonight. Who's there? Getting old, Argos. Hearing things now.
Sleep now, old one. Embrace the abyss.
Argos! How did this happen?
I came out for some air and found him here.
But how?
In the middle of the sea?
Only the Blacktonuges could have done this.
Well, they knew who to strike. Besides Argos, do any of us know how to steer this ship?
We can think of that later. For now, we attend to Argos. Let the gods be witness to these last rites. Hear me, bright-eyed Athena. In your name, I deliver Argos. Friend, sailor, mentor. Let this man's virtue be a beacon for us who still live. Argos was the finest shipwright in all of Greece. His genius and his skill will live on in the works of his hands. May we all strive to be half as dedicated to our craft as he. Argos of IoIcus, find now your eternal place. Find now the fate you deserve. You are released from this mortal tether. May unyielding Hades have mercy on your spirit. I'm sorry, old friend. May we meet again in Elysium.
Poor Argos. He deserved a better end than this. Things have changed, Jason. Things are different now.
Speak your mind.
When it was just you and I, the dangers of this quest were ours to bear. But now there are others, and there's nowhere they are safe.
It's always been that way. We only see it now.
What happened to Alceme is an evil that I will do anything to undo. But there's something wrong. We're willing to trade a life for Alceme's. A friend's life.
The scales you use to weigh this tragedy are not the same as mine. You see a life balanced against a life. I see injustice stacked upon injustice. And the scales are tipped so deeply in Hecate's favor that something must be done. Where does Hecate stop? Tell me, where do the Black Tongues end their malice? It only begins with Alceme, my friend. It doesn't end.
There are times when I watch what you're doing, and I feel ashamed. When my wife and child died, I buried them and mourned their passing. I received last rites within an hour of their deaths.
You did all you could.
No, I didn't. You're proof of that. Even when you didn't know how, you refused to give up. I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry to have doubted. I will honor the sacrifice of Argos. I am with you, Jason, until the fleece or the ferryman. I am with you to the end.
How hear me, Hecate? You fear a prophecy? I have a prophecy of my own that you should fear more. I will rend the very earth asunder and rip the stars from the sky to undo what you have done. There is no truth in this. I will bring it back, or I will cause the ruin of all things. So send your assassins. Go and marshal every black tongue on this earth and set them here against me. They will not sway me from my purpose. They will not change my course a single inch.
There is a way, and I will find it.
I sensed the Black Tongue's presence, but the runes prevented me from warning you. I'm sorry.
I didn't think they could strike us here. I won't make that mistake again.
They are devious and choose their targets with care. Are we stranded at sea, then?
For the moment. I will go to the deck house and see if I can decipher Argos' system.
Let me know if I can be of assistance.
Athena tests us every day. I hope my past has not brought ill fortune upon you, Jason.
You had nothing to do with what happened to Argos.
I hope not. I'm sorry, Jason.
I am sorry for your loss, Jason. Though I only knew him for a short time, I found much to admire in Argos.
Black-tongued bastards! They strike down an old man in the night. Children and old men. That's their level. Can't fight in the open like men.
Poor Argos. He deserved a better end than this.
Someone is going to regret what they did. I promise you that.
A sad night, to be sure. Some will choose to remember Argos by his ship, but I will remember him by the way he sailed it. The flint in his eye as he scanned the horizon, the wrinkle of his brow as he pored over those charts. But most of all, his joy of being out at sea. If there's any solace to be found, it's that he passed here where he was meant to be.
It's hard to think my father was once a black-tongue assassin. To see firsthand what they're capable of.
Your father was different. He renounced his past and found peace. That sets him apart from anyone who still calls themselves a black tongue.
Yes, you're right.
A pity what happened to Argos. Seemed a good man.
He was.
Well, at least he has this ship to be remembered by. His place in history is secure. But what of ours? When our tale is told, will it be the tale of Jason or the tale of Achilles, do you think?
More than welcome to the title.
What man does not care how he is remembered?
I didn't say that. I will be remembered by Alceme, my children.
Then that is where we differ. Why else would Argos have built a ship so grand, so beyond anything else ever made? Because he knew, as I do, that glory is the only road to eternity that we mortals may tread.
I pray you find the road you seek, Achilles.
Pray? You better do more than that. I expect you to take me to it. And let us find as many black tongues as possible along the way. We'll see that old Argos has his vengeance.
Argos was a genius. The work he left behind will serve as my tutor.